Hold on one moment. Good morning, everyone. I'm checking to make sure that Rabbi Jenny is on for our invocation. Rabbi, there you are, correct? Can you hear us? But we can, okay, we can't hear you. Are you there? I can see you, but I don't hear you.
Beth, can you hear me?
Yes, is that you, Rabbi?
Wonderful. Yes. Oh, wonderful.
Wonderful. Good, good. Thank
Yay.
you.
Yay. I'm so sorry about that, everyone.
Oh, no problem. Just glad we got it figured out then. Thank you.
Okay. And I don't have a video, but I haven't figured out how to do that. So maybe we should. Oh, there we go. Ah. Hi, everyone.
Good morning.
Rabbi, I'm going to go ahead and mute you until we get the meeting going. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Will County Board meeting of April 15th, 2021. In accordance with Public Act 101-640, effective June 12, 2020, and the gubernatorial disaster proclamation issued by Governor Pritzker on April 2nd, 2021, this meeting will be held via video conference telephonically through the WebEx events platform. Will County members will be attending the meeting remotely, and the general public is strongly encouraged to do the same. The public is invited to comment or pose a question by email at publiccomment@willcountyillinois.com. At the public comments portion of the meeting, the emails will be read into the record. Please go to www.willcountyboard.com/meetings for a link to attend the meeting via WebEx. At this time, we'll call the meeting to order. Board Member Brooks, will you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance and introduce the clergy?
Thank you very much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I got to sit back down to read this. It gives me great pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, to introduce to you the new rabbi at the Joliet Jewish congregation, Rabbi Jenny Skylar Steinberg-Colvin. She loves to be called Rabbi Jenny. Although she gave me a very impressive resume, time not going to allow me to read it all, but I do want to highlight some of the very important points in her resume. Number one, Rabbi Jenny is the new and first female rabbi of the Joliet Jewish congregation. They're on Midland Avenue. She's a teacher of the Jewish spiritual. She's also a certified interfaith counselor, as well versed in major spiritual traditions. She's a member of the Interfaith Network boards throughout her entire career. I want to jump down to the next paragraph because it says Rabbi Jenny worked great deals with helping patients with professional shift paradigms who suffer from addiction, trauma, and the role of a victim. I'm going to jump down, Jenny, to the next paragraph that says she's also a certified master teacher of energy medicine, a student, a practitioner, and she also author of 2 books. She wrote 2 books, which is one is The Terrible, Wonderful, Ugly, Beautiful Story of My Life So Far. And the second one is Avatar, Awakening of Your Divine Self. She's a teacher, a practitioner, and a former attorney where she worked with public service and assistant and rehab of offenders. Ladies and gentlemen, I sent this resume to our office. Please take time to get to know and introduce to Joliet. Welcome, Rabbi Jenny.
Oh, good morning, everyone. You're making me laugh. Next time I'll send just a couple of sentences. Boker Tov, good morning, everyone. On behalf of the Joliet Jewish congregation, I am so honored to extend these blessings and very, very thrilled. Me and my family are thrilled to be in Joliet and Will County. It's a community with a dedication to social services that lit me up when we visited over the summer, even though we were stuck in backyards and with our masks on. I'd like to offer Baruch Habaim, blessings to all of you who came and all of your families. And I'd like to, of course, thank Pastor Brooks for thinking of me, inviting me to be here. And I look forward to our Jewish community and our other faith communities being a support to our government for you to reach the goals that you want to do for our community. And now I will begin our blessing. So if you want to close your eyes as we give this invocation for our time together to be the most effective it can be. Shema Koleinu Adonai Eloheinu, wise and loving Creator, hear our voices and hear our prayers. First, let me say thank you on behalf of all who are gathered here today. Thank you for your many and abundant blessings. Thank you for life itself, for our measures of health, for our need to fulfill our callings, for sustenance, and for our friendships. Thank you for the ability to be involved in useful work and service, and for the honor of bearing appropriate responsibilities. Thank you for our freedom to embrace you and the freedom to reject you. Thank you for loving us and for your boundless and gracious nature. Dear wise and lovingly Creator, we come to you this hour asking for your blessing and help as we are gathered together here. We pray for guidance in the matters at hand and ask that you would clearly show us how to conduct our work with a spirit of joy and enthusiasm, and give us the desire to find ways to excel in our work. Grant us wisdom to govern amid the conflicting interests and issues of our time. Grant us a sense of the welfare and true needs of our people, a keen thirst for justice and rightness, confidence in what is good and fitting, the ability to work together in harmony even when there is honest disagreement, and grant us personal peace in our lives and joy in our tasks. I pray for the agenda set before everyone today. Please give an assurance of what would please you and what would benefit all who live and work in around our beloved county of Will in the beloved state of Illinois. May this be your will, Ken Yehi Ratzon, and we all say amen. Amen. Have a good meeting.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you, Rabbi Jenny. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Mueller. Present.
Frizzalone.
Here.
Newquist.
Here.
Ogalla.
Here.
Cook. Cook. Mustis.
Here.
Mitchell.
Here.
Tyson. Harris.
Here.
Trainier.
Present.
Fritz.
Present.
Gould.
Here.
Van Dyne.
Here.
Balich.
Here.
Brooks.
Here.
Winfrey.
Here.
Parker.
Here.
Ventura.
Present.
Coleman.
Here.
Markham.
Here.
Berkowitz.
Here.
Pretzel.
Here.
Weigel.
Here.
Freeman.
Present.
Crolitis.
Here.
Cowan.
Here.
25 present, 1 absent.
With 25 members being present, we have a quorum. I need a motion to place on file the certificate of publication.
Motion Freeman.
Second, Markham.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Mueller.
Yes.
Frizzalone.
Yes.
Newquist.
Yes.
Ogalla.
Yes.
Mustis.
Yes.
Mitchell.
Yes.
Tyson.
Yes.
Harris.
Yes.
Trainier.
Yeah.
Fritz.
Yes.
Gould.
Yes.
Van Dyne.
Yes.
Balich.
Yes.
Brooks.
Yes.
Winfrey.
Yes.
Parker. Parker.
Yes.
Ventura.
Yes.
Coleman.
Yes.
Markham.
Yes.
Berkowitz.
Yes.
Pretzel.
Yes.
Weigel.
Yes.
Freeman.
Yes.
Crolitis.
Yes.
Cowan.
Yes.
25 affirmative, the motion carries. I need a motion to approve the meeting minutes for the March 18th, 2021 Will County Board meeting.
Moved, Newquist.
Second,
Second,
Corliss.
Previous roll, Markham.
Second, Mitchell.
Second, Van Dyne.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. I need a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the March 18th, 2021 executive section. Can I get a motion?
Move, Brooks.
Second, Freeman. Previous, Winfrey.
Second, Markham.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries. Madam Clerk, can you please acknowledge our elected officials and media who are present today?
Yep, today we have County Executive Jennifer Bertino Tarrant, County Clerk Lawrence Staley Ferry, Recorder of Deeds Karen Stukel, Sheriff Mike Kelly, Superintendent of Schools Sean Walsh, and Treasurer Tim Brophy. From the media, we have Nick Ryer from the Farmers Weekly Review and Alex Ortiz from the Herald News.
Thank you. We have two resolutions for today. We'll begin with County Board Member Winfrey recognizing April as National County Government Month. County Board Member Winfrey.
Morning, everyone. As has been said, this April is the County Government's Month and counties matter. The proclamation reads, whereas the nation's 3,069 counties, parishes, and boroughs serving more than 300 million Americans provide essential services to create healthy, safe, and vibrant communities. And whereas counties provide public health services, administer justice, keep communities safe, foster economic opportunities, and much more. And whereas Will County and all counties take pride in our responsibility to protect and enhance the health, well-being, and safety of our residents in efficient and cost-effective ways. And whereas under the leadership of the National Association of Counties President Gary Moore, NACO is demonstrating how counties matter, especially in supporting residents and businesses during the coronavirus pandemic. And whereas each year since 1991, the National Association of Counties has encouraged counties across the country to evaluate awareness of county responsibilities, programs, and services. And whereas Will County is an active member of the National Association of Counties and believes, like NACO, that stronger counties make a stronger America. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Will County Board and the Will County Executive hereby proclaim April 2021 as National County Government Month. Be it further resolved that the Will County Board and the County Executive encourage all county officials, employees, schools, and residents to participate in county government celebration activities. Dated this 15th day of April 2021, signed by Jennifer Bertino Tarrant, County Executive, attested Lawrence Staley Ferry, Will County Clerk, and I so move.
Second, Frizzalone.
Previous roll,
All in
Noah.
favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Next, we'll have County Board Member Rachel Ventura recognizing April 22nd, 2021 as Earth Day. County Board Member Ventura.
Thank you. This proclamation is recognizing April 22nd, 2021 as Earth Day. Whereas the first Earth Day was held on April 22nd, 1970, attended by 20 million Americans to bring attention for a healthy, sustainable environment. And whereas the Clean Air, Clean Water, and Endangered Species Act were created in response to the first Earth Day in 1970, as well as the creation of the Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA. And whereas more than 1 billion people in 192 countries now participate in Earth Day activities each year, making it the largest civic observance in the world. And whereas the theme for Earth Day 2021 is Restore Our Earth, which focuses on natural processes, emerging green technologies, and innovative thinking that can restore the Earth's ecosystem. And whereas the 5 pillars of Restore Our Earth are the Canopy Project, food and environment, the Great Global Cleanup, climate literacy, and Global Earth Challenge. And whereas we must restore our Earth, not just because we care about our natural world, but because we live on it and everyone needs a healthy Earth to support our jobs, livelihood, health, and survival and happiness. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Will County Board and the Will County Executive
hereby proclaim that April 22nd, 2021 as Earth Day throughout Will County. Be it further resolved that the Will County Board and the Will County Executive encourage all of its citizens, businesses, and institutions to celebrate Earth Day and to help protect and restore our planet. This is dated the 15th day of April, 2021, signed by Jennifer Bettino Tarrant, Will County Executive, attested by Lawrence Stately Ferry, Will County Clerk, and I so move.
Second, Fritz.
Thank you. All in favor? Any
Aye.
opposed?
Aye.
Aye.
Resolution carries. At this time, we will have public comment for agenda items only. A reminder, anyone wishing to address the board will have 3 minutes to speak. As a reminder, public comments are a means for citizens to convey their thoughts and ideas to the board. Board members will not respond to or debate issues raised in public comment, but may ask a question to clarify a speaker's position. Why don't we present public comment?
Can you hear it? Okay. All right. The first is from Tiffany Sturvedant. My name is Tiffany Sturvedant. I reside in Crete in eastern Will County. I am submitting my public comment in support of Will County Executive's recommendation for Michelle Stiff as Director of Workforce Investment Services. Michelle Stiff is a dedicated leader. Her prior experiences include working for Arthur Anderson, R.R. Donnelly, and CNA Insurance. Additionally, Michelle is serving on the JTHS number 204 school board for 2 years. She is a credentialed and skilled educator with a master's degree in special education and education administration. Having worked in education for 20 plus years, this role is a natural progression. I have had the pleasure and experience of working with Michelle and can attest to her grit and tenacity to move projects and programs forward. She is a qualified, driven, and resourceful. She holds others accountable. She is highly organized and effective. She is well abreast of management and leadership models to improve the department. She is well versed in technology and systems. She coaches and motivates others. She is personable. She possesses excellent communication and team building skills. She simply gets things done. Michelle is a difference maker. As diversity and inclusion are key goals for our county, and there is much work to be done, Michelle has demonstrated her ability to work with others in the community, across the country, and across all racial boundaries. She is the best applicant to serve all of Will County in this role. Thank you in advance for your consideration, Tiffany Sturvedant. The next email is from Dorothy Andrews. Good morning. I would like to address a nominee, Michelle Stiff, for Workforce Services Director, stating her character as a reliable, organized, committed, dedicated, and a responsible person. I have been knowing Michelle for the past few years. We have served on a few committees in Will County. In doing so, I have felt nothing but complete, honest, and loyalty to the cause. Her leadership is genuine. In conclusion, I am hoping you will complete the hiring process by assigning Michelle Stiff the Workforce Service Director position. Thank you for your time. Dorothy Andrews, Bolingbrook Park Commissioner.
Beth, is there anyone else who would like to address the board?
Madam Executive, I have no other comments.
Thank you. At this time, all resolutions and ordinance for the March 18th, 2021 board meeting have been signed and returned. With no new business, we will move on to Chairman Markham with Land Use and Development Committee.
Morning, Madam Executive. So first up for Land Use and Development, we have our resolutions, which number one is 21-100, which is overturning the decision of Planning and Zoning Commission and approving Appeal 21-002. This is for zoning case ZC-20-080. This takes place in Homer Township, commonly known as 14815 South Calgary Road, Homer Glen, Illinois, County Board District number 7. And just as a reminder to everybody, this will take 3/4 majority to approve. So I make the motion to approve the appeal.
Second by Weigel.
Thank you. Any discussion? Is there a
Yep.
previous? Go ahead.
Frizzlone.
Second, Mueller. Second.
All in favor?
Madam Executive,
Yep.
Mike Frizzalone has his hand up.
I'm sorry that he made a motion. Go ahead.
It's all right. I just wanted to, this is my district and I am in favor of overturning the decision. So I just wanted to let everybody know that I am in favor of overturning it. Thank you.
Do we need a
So
roll
there's a
call for
motion, a
this?
second. Is there a previous roll call?
Do we need a roll call because of the number
We
of
will do a
votes?
roll call. I'm sorry. Yep. Madam Clerk, please. Mueller,
Yes.
Frizzalone,
Yes.
Newquist,
Yes.
Ogala,
Yes.
Mustis,
Yes.
Mitchell,
Yes.
Tyson,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Trainier.
Yes.
Fritz,
Yes.
Gould,
No.
Van Dyne,
Yes.
Van Dyne,
Yes.
Balich,
Yes.
Brooks,
Yes.
Winfrey,
Yes.
Parker, Ventura,
Yes.
Coleman,
Yes.
Markham,
Yes.
Berkowitz,
Yes.
Pretzel,
Yes.
Weigel,
Yes.
Freeman,
Yes.
Crolitis,
Yes.
Cowan.
Yes.
24 affirmative, 1 negative.
With 24 affirmative, the motion carries.
Alrighty, next up, the next two items, 21-101 and 21-102 will actually be coming back next month. So I'm going to make a motion to remand these two items back to committee.
Second, Frizzlone.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll. Mueller,
Yes.
Frizzalone,
Yes.
Newquist,
Yes.
Ogala,
Yes.
Mustis,
Yes.
Mitchell,
Yes.
Tyson.
Yes.
Get that? I think so too. Harris,
Yes.
Trainier, Trainier,
Yes.
Fritz,
Yes.
Gould,
Yes.
Van Dyne,
Yes.
Balich,
Yes.
Brooks,
Yes.
Winfrey,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Ventura,
Yes.
Coleman,
Yes.
Markham,
Yes.
Berkowitz,
Yes.
Pretzel,
Yes.
Weigel,
Yes.
Freeman,
Yes.
Crolitis,
Yes.
Cowan.
Yes.
25 affirmative, the motion carries.
And because I like everybody, that concludes our business for today. Our next meeting is scheduled for May 11th at 10:30 a.m.
Thank you. Moving on to the Finance Committee, Chairman Harris.
Good morning, Madam County Executive, County Board members, and all in attendance. The first item I have is to place the monthly financial report on file. Today, I have a report from the Illinois Department of Revenue showing sales tax remitted to Will County for the month of January 2021 to be $2,148,761.37. The RTA tax received is $569,450.29 for a total of $4,718,211.66. The second is the Will County Monthly Treasury Report dated February 28, 2021 from Will County Treasurer Tim Brophy. I so move.
Second, Pretzel.
Previous roll, Ventura.
Second, Freeman.
Thank you. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, I have 6 resolutions to bring forward. The first one is 21-103. This is appropriating funds in the Will County Treasurer budget for the reimbursement of COVID-related expenses. This is associated with the cost of printing 4 coupons for the property tax relief we offered for this year. So I so move.
Second, Gould.
Previous roll, Freeman.
Second, Ventura.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries.
The next resolution is 21-104. This is appropriating grant funds from the IDPH COVID-19 mass vaccination grant into the Will County Health Department FY 2021 budget. I so move.
Second, Pretzel.
Previous roll, Freeman.
Tyson.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
The next one is 21-105. This is appropriating grant funds in the Veteran Assistance Commission budget. I so move.
Second, Freeman.
Previous roll, Fritz.
Tyson.
Can I ask a question about this? This is Berkowitz.
Yes, go ahead, County Board Member
Um,
Berkowitz.
so I was wondering, are these temporary or permanent positions? And how are they funded?
Regarding, are you talking about the grant funds and the Veterans Assistance Commission? That's,
I'm talking about the additional project managers that they requested. I think this is the right item, isn't it?
we're not on that
Oh.
one yet.
Oh,
Yep.
so, okay.
These are grant funds that are going to the Veterans Assistance Commission budget that they, I believe, received from the state of Illinois.
Oops, okay, my question, I'll refer to number 5 then. Thank you.
Thank you. So we had a motion, a second, a previous. Is there a second previous?
Second previous, Weigel.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And next is 21-106. This is transferring funds within the CDBG budget for additional project managers due to substantial increase in HUD funding from stimulus initiative. I so move.
Second, Winfrey.
All right,
Previous, bro.
hold on. This is the one that we have discussion on. County Board Member Berkowitz, we have David DeBose on, and he can answer the question in regards to the project managers.
Thank you, County Executive.
David, are you on?
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you.
I just had to get off another call, so.
David, there's a question regarding the project managers, the additional project managers for the HUD grant.
Madam Executive, I also see Tim Mack is available if,
Either one, Tim or David?
Tim, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay,
Yes, so,
Go ahead.
so in terms of the program manager positions, we are taking on an additional $9.6 million in funds, which will have available for at least the next 6 years. There is additional funding coming down the line. That's in addition to the typical $3.5 million that we receive. So we are anticipating these to be long-term positions.
You said you are anticipating that, and then how many are you, wasn't it,
We're looking for two at this time, and we're moving funds for this year's budget. We still have grant agreements that are coming in from HUD, and will be coming in over the next several months for that additional $9.6 million. And then above and beyond that, we have our annual allocations, and it looks like there will be additional funds from more stimulus initiatives coming later this year. So we're looking for two people to help us now, and they would be long-term positions.
okay. And then if by chance, and I'm sure this never happened, the HUD program is altered or reduced, do we reduce those positions?
Yes, they're grant funded, so if the grant funds are no longer available, we would have to reduce those positions.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So we had a motion, a second. Would we like a previous roll call?
Previous roll for Salone.
Second Mueller.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
All right, next is Resolution 21-107. This is creating Fund 2713 for the American Rescue Plan and appropriating funds. This will allow us to receive the money, about 133 million. So we all like receiving money, so I so move.
Second,
Ventura.
Previous roll Mueller.
Second
Freeman.
Berkowitz.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries.
All right, the last resolution is 21-108. This is authorizing the county executive to execute necessary documents for the delinquent tax program. I so move.
Second Newcrest. Previous roll Mueller.
Second Berkowitz.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, that concludes my report. The next Finance Committee meeting is scheduled for May 4th, 2021 at 11 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll move on to Transportation Chair, Mr. Van Dyne.
Thank you, Madam Executive, and good morning to everyone. Starting with Resolution 21-109, confirming award of contract to PT Farrow Construction, $452,180.99 for Cedar Road resurfacing from 159th Street to Ryder Drive, County Board District 7, and I'll make the motion.
Second for Salone.
Second Weigel.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
21-110, improvement by county under the Illinois Highway Code for Cedar Road resurfacing from 159th Street to Ryder Drive using the MFT funds, $500,000, County Board District 7, and I so move.
Second for Salone.
Previous roll Berkowitz.
Second Freeman.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 21-111, confirming award of contract to PT Farrow Construction, $123,774.55. Manhattan Road District overlay on various roadways in the County Board District number 2, and I so move.
Second Brooks.
Roll
Previous
Mueller.
roll Fritz.
Second Freeman.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
21-112, authorizing approval of supplemental professional services agreement for design engineering for Jackson Township Road District, Cherry Hill over Jackson Creek in the county boards districts 2 and 6, and I'll make the motion.
Second Gould.
Previous roll, Freeman.
Second Colitis.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries.
21-113, authorizing the county executive to execute a membership agreement between Julie Incorporated and the County of Will through the Division of Transportation, and I'll make the motion.
Second Newquist.
Previous Winfrey.
Second Mueller.
I beat you.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
21-114, granting ingress and egress for new Lennox Water Resource Recovery Facility on Laraway Road, County Board District 12, and I so move.
Second Pretzel.
Previous roll, Weigel.
Second Freeman.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
21-115, authorizing an IGA between the County of Will and Creek Township Road District for improvements at the intersection of Exchange Street and Burville Road, County Board District 1, and I so move.
Second Newquist.
Previous roll, Gould.
Second Stella.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Madam Executive, Resolution 21-116, I would entertain a motion to send this resolution back to committee. The Department of Transportation is not quite ready with the funding, so I would like to make that motion.
Second first of all.
Previous roll, Weigel.
Second Freeman.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. 21-117, authorizing approval of professional services agreement for design engineering services on Laraway Road from east of Cherry Hill Road to west of Nelson Road, County Board District 12, and I so move.
Second Pretzel.
Previous roll, Weigel.
Second
Berkowitz.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
21-118, improvement by county under the Illinois Highway Code for Laraway Road, east of Cherry Hill Road, west of Nelson Road, County Board District 12, using the MFT funds, $1,089,868, County Board District 12, and also so move.
Second Freeman.
Previous roll, Weigel.
Second Mueller. Colitis.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries.
21-119, authorizing approval of an IDOT county joint agreement for improvements at the intersection of Laraway and Cedar, County Board District 12, and I'll make the motion.
Second Pretzel.
Previous roll, Weigel.
Second, bro.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
And lastly, 21-120, authorizing approval of the expenditure of Rebuild Illinois funds, $8,854,765 for the improvement of Laraway and Cedar Road, County Board District 12, and I so move.
Second Freeman.
Previous Weigel.
Second Pretzel.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries.
And our next Public Works and Transportation Committee meeting is scheduled for May 4th, 2021 at 9 a.m. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Chairwoman Tyson, Diversity and Inclusion Committee.
Thank you, Madam Exec. Even though we don't have anything on the agenda, but our next committee meeting in May the 5th, which is Cinco de Mayo Day, we will be bringing forth a resolution to talk about the 4 consulting firms that we interviewed over the last 2 weeks. And we ranked them, and we're looking forward to a nice Q&A, and someone will bring forth a resolution for one of those consulting firms. That concludes my report. Thank you, Madam Exec.
Thank you. Chairwoman Ventura, Public Health and Safety.
Yes, we had our normal reports this month, so we don't have any agenda items. However, I do want to read a press release that our health department sent out about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. The Will County Health Department announced on April 13th that they would follow federal and state health agency recommendations to immediately pause the use of Johnson & Johnson single-dose coronavirus vaccine. Quote, the Will County is following the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the U.S. Food and Drug Administrations, and the Illinois Department of Public Health recommendations to stop distributing the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, said Sue Olenek, our executive director for the Will County Health Department. 99.5% of the 351,992 vaccines that have been distributed by the Will County Health Department have been the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines. The Johnson & Johnson vaccine accounts for less than 1%. Quote, all of the Will County Health Department public vaccine clinics have and will continue to use Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, said Olenek, and the Johnson & Johnson vaccines was used on a limited basis over the last 2 months and not distributed at our public clinics. To date, the health department has not received any news of recipients having adverse effects from the Johnson & Johnson vaccine in Will County. Quote, if anyone has concerns about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, they should contact their primary care provider directly, Olenek said. The number of people who have received the Johnson & Johnson vaccine will receive communications from Will County Health Department informing them of the CDC's recommendation and directing them to follow the CDC guidelines to contact their primary health care physicians with concerns. The County Health Department continues to vaccinate over 4,000 individuals per day with the Pfizer Moderna vaccines at the 5 clinic locations in Joliet, Wilmington, Moni. All residents 16 and older are now eligible to receive the vaccine and are encouraged to schedule online at willcountyhealth.org. And I was able to get my first shot as a government employee with the Moderna vaccine and all as well. So I encourage everybody else to please contact the willcountyhealth.org to schedule your vaccine if you are eligible. And that's all I have. The next meeting for Public Health and Safety is scheduled for May 5th, 2021 at 10 a.m.
Thank you. Legislative and Judicial Committee, Chairwoman Winfrey.
Thank you, Madam Executive. Good morning, fellow commissioners. The Legislative and Judicial Committee met and had, through our federal lobbyist Smith Dawson and Associates, an update on the American Rescue Plan and also on the American Jobs Plan. Our state lobbyist Curry and Associates gave us an update on all pending state legislation, and we looked at the ISACO guidelines and legislation that is pending. The committee will meet again on May 11th. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to Capital Improvements Committee, Chairman Brooks.
Good morning again, Madam Executive and ladies and gentlemen. Although I was not present for Capital Improvement Committee, I thanked Joe Van Dyne 100 times already. And if I do it again, he might I'm a big fan, but we just had discussion of updates on the morgue, the energy plant, and that's currently we having continued discussion about those facilities. My next meeting is May 4 at 10 a.m. And that's all I have, Madam Executive. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to Executive Committee, Speaker Cowan.
Thank you, Madam Executive. All right, we have a number of items today, and the first one, we received the state's attorney's opinion on the Agricultural Area Committee at just past 3 o'clock yesterday, and you have not yet received the resolution for this. So with that in mind, I think everyone would be more comfortable with having some time to look at those documents and discuss them. So I would like to make a motion to, Beth, I just want to clarify, if I make a motion to postpone, it gets bumped to next full county board meeting. Is that correct?
Correct, but you may want to remand it back to committee if there's going to be any work on it or discussion on it. you may want to send it back to your executive.
Okay, thank you for that suggestion. In that case, I would like to make a motion to remand establishing an agricultural area committee for Will County back to executive committee meeting next month.
Second, Frizzalone.
Previous
Discussion?
roll, Newquist.
Second Freeman.
Stein.
Before we move on to previous role, before we do have Farm Bureau President Mark Schneiderwin here. If we want to, during discussion, there were a few questions. He's here to answer them. If you would like that opportunity now, is there any question from if you can raise your hands, we can have him answer them. Okay, there Mr. Schneiderwin, you want to go to there are a couple questions, and then we will. County Board Member Ogala.
Thank you, County Executive. I would like Mark to please give a quick little overview as to why the Farm Bureau supports this, and also know that I have recently come across some good links that I've sent to Beth that I've asked her to forward to everybody. I think establishing an agricultural area is very, very important for us here in Will County with the pressures that come with development. So Mark, if you could please give some benefits to that. I know this board would need to hear some of them. Thank you.
And the Will County Farm Bureau has supported the agriculture areas for quite some time. I know way back, almost 30 years ago, Mr. Jim Shelby, we worked with him with the County Land Use Department on some of those issues. And so the main reason that some of our farmers are looking at agriculture areas is because they need to have some type of a designation to be recognized as just not open space. It's an actual business out there in the community. And some of the developer out there do not think that it's an actual business. They just think it's ready for development. And the farmers want to look at some ways to help them to try to protect their farming operations. It doesn't stop from our experience, anything with eminent domain or quick take. We've seen this actually go to maybe a little further discussion with the people, which has been helpful because it's helped work some things out for our farming community itself. Farm Bureau, we've got about 220,000 acres in Will County that are in production agriculture. And it's about 41% of our land. There's a little more acres that are actually farming, but actually for food and fiber, this is what's important for us. And we're trying to do some more local work for as well for local foods. So I think that this helps them with designating it. And I know that some of them are looking at ways to try to help, as Judy had mentioned, from developmental problems. Again, it just brings another step into it that makes you have to go ahead and have more conversations with that landowner. That's been our experience in the past, and we know that the committee that you're looking at trying to develop as well, we'd be happy to try to work with you on that as well in regards to trying to find some of the members that might serve on that from the farming community, because we know you've got some rules and regulations that you need to have. And I also apologize for not being able to attend your other earlier meetings. I was either out of town or in another meeting myself, but I do appreciate that opportunity, and I thank Jim Eustace for asking me to send him a letter on that as well.
Thank you. County Board Member Berkowitz.
Thank you, County Executive. The Farmers Weekly Review had an article regarding this issue, and I believe that there may be one or two farmers that are waiting for this ability to exercise their voice and to join an agricultural area committee. So I'm disappointed that this is going to be continued and moved back to committee. And I just want to indicate to my fellow board members that I'd like to get this done because our farmers, they deserve a voice. I support this, and I don't want this prolonged for an unnecessary amount of time. So if the board dictates that it has to go to committee, I'm just asking my fellow board members, please let's get this done, because I believe that these farmers, they deserve a voice, and we all understand that this does not prevent eminent domain, but does allow us to protect some of the diversity in our county, especially our agriculture, which I support. Thank you.
Thank you. County Board Member Newquist.
Thank you. I'm a little unclear still on the tangible benefit of this to a farmer who joins, but I have another question as well. If I'm a farmer, let's say, and I join the committee and now I maybe have a health issue or I have some other issue which maybe dictates that I no longer want to farm or I'm no longer physically able to farm and I want to sell my land for whatever reason, what happens then?
It's my understanding that you could sell the property to another farmer as long as it stays in agriculture and you maintain it above 100 acres, that's still okay. But if you go below that, then you run into a problem. That's our understanding how that process works. There are other options out there. Just one, and you have to have your farm within your family for 100 years. So it's a centennial program that's provided by the Illinois Department of Agriculture. And you've seen those signs probably out in the rural areas. Again, no designation such as this will stop eminent domain or quick take powers. It's just a designation. Basically, they're very proud of their heritage. And
Sure.
That they're trying to get people to recognize that this is an actual business out there. It's just not an open field. It's a business that they're using. It's just kind of like, it just doesn't have an office space. Their office space is the great outdoors.
So farmers have to have the farm for over 100 years and their family to be eligible to participate in the committee?
For the centennial program, not for the agriculture area. So the agriculture area gives you another option to put a designation on your property. And I know your question about that, but it does put it in the program for 10 years. And we've heard a lot of people that said that they like that in the 10-year program because they also know that that land possibly will not be developed right next to them as well for that period of time. So that's also kind of I guess you would say a safety net for some other people that are in those areas as well. And I think there's a lot of scare in regards to seeing all the different warehouses that have gone up, and a lot of people don't want to see those in their backyard.
Okay, thank you.
County Board Member Mustis.
Yes, well, first I just wanted to thank Mark. Mark, thanks for responding to me. I believe everyone has now seen the letter. It was sent out to everyone. So it clears some things up my mind. It is strictly a voluntary type program. And like in a will, you know, a landowner, a farmer can say how he wants his property to be used by future generations. So I don't have that's not a concern of mine. That's their right. I've been a little hesitant on how this may affect public projects and even affect some development, but agricultural business, the ag business in Will County is one of our larger businesses. I know we think about ag as, maybe perhaps smaller farmers, almost the small farmers almost is kind of disappeared, I think. I mean, they need a certain level of production to be successful. So I and all the ag-related businesses that are in this county, including becoming a point of export for our grains and so forth to the Asian rim, primarily China. And so it really has an extremely positive effect on our economy. And so I will, even though I'm a little hesitant, I believe I will be supporting this going forward. So we support, and I to say something about some of Judy Ogala's comments. You know, we talk about development, new development, and protecting some of that development, we should also give that same protection, I think, to our farmers. So I will be supporting this going forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Ventura.
I just wanted to thank Mark for coming in and answering our questions. I am with Jim. I think that just like signing a will, you know, your inheritance will have to deal with your decisions, but it's their land, and that's a family discussion they can make. But if that individual chooses to protect their land at a higher requirements, I suppose, through a board, then that's the choice. And I think we should, if there are people who are asking for this, then we should, as a county, work to meet their needs. So I'll be supporting this going forward. And if you know, only a few farmers decide to take advantage of it, well, there's other programs we have that only a few people take advantage of too. But I think with some of the themes of what we've seen with development, this is important to ensure balance, in my opinion, that we need commercial, we need industrial, but we need farmland too. We need to eat, and we need to also make sure that we're allowing those individuals a voice as well. So I'll be supporting this going forward. But Mark, thank you so much for coming in and answering our questions.
Judy, do you have any additional questions? Your hand's still up?
I don't have any questions, but I'd like to make a comment. I could do it now or after Mark is done.
Julie, okay, we'll hold off. We'll see if there, Julie, do you have any additional questions?
Yes, I do, County Executive. Thank you so much. Mark, thank you for speaking today. I want to just ask a question. Can we take a vote on postponing this, or can we not address this today?
There's been a motion to remand it back to committee, and there was a motion and a second. So you will be voting on whether or not to take it back to committee to discuss further.
I would, because now after hearing comment, I'm confused why we're remanding it back to committee.
There's no resolution. So we have to, it will be taken back to committee. So basically you'll be voting to either say, yes, you wanted to go back to committee for resolution or no.
Okay, so there's no resolution on the agenda, and for that reason, we can't vote on this and pass it or defeat it. It's because there's no resolution on the agenda? Is that correct?
Hold on, we're gonna have the state's attorney's office address. So hold up 1 second.
Okay, so we have always had the resolution available, so county board members know exactly what it is they're voting on. There are, various elements as to how the committee is established and who is included in the appointing authority that I think it's important for the county board to know. But as long as I'm speaking, I think there was a question as to, what are the protections for property in an agricultural area. So as long as we have the full county board here, there are basically 3 protections provided by statute. One is a limitation on local regulations, and that is relative to the regulation of farm structures and farming practices. Will County does not engage in a lot of regulation with regard to farm buildings. We already have considerable restrictions. The second is that state agencies are required to take into consideration any plans that they develop that involve agricultural areas, which, of course, would probably cause them to, maybe modify their plans to protect the areas. And then there's a limitation, and this is the one that Colin has raised several times, on imposing benefit assessments or special ad valorem levies. So just so everyone is clear, those are the 3 protections provided by being in an agricultural area.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I guess I'm confused because It's on the agenda, but we have to remand it back to committee because we don't have a resolution. So I'm just wondering, why wasn't this addressed in committee so that when it was brought forward today, we could be prepared to act on it. My biggest concern is that we have residents out there who are waiting on us to make a position on this. And so I'm just confused about why we're not prepared and why now we're going back to committee.
Speaker
I
Cowan,
hope
would you like to, I know your hand's up. Speaker Cowan, would you like to address?
Thank
We
you,
hold
County Executive.
spaces on.
Hold on, it's Speaker Cowan, and we have County Board Member Mustis and Ogala yet. So Speaker Cowan?
Yeah, thank you, County Executive. Again, as I stated at the outset, we received the resolution this morning, and we received the state's attorney's opinion just past 3 o'clock yesterday. And we've had some questions in the past week about not getting information far enough in advance so that county board members can review it, take their time, be conscientious about their decisions, and then take a vote. So this is simply my offer, trying to accommodate those wishes of county board members to make sure they have time to read over and make a conscientious decision and vote about something, since the resolution is the meat of that. So that's why I made the motion to remand it back to committee.
Thank you. County Board Member Ogala? Oh, I'm sorry. County Board Member Mustis? Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just going to say, in response to Member Berkowitz, it's not unusual. We leave spots on the county board agenda knowing that it's not complete. So it's not uncommon that we'll put something on in the hopes that the information will get out so everybody can digest it all before the county board meeting. I would say probably half of the time it doesn't happen and we wind up sending the resolution back to committee for further discussion, or we postpone it, which we used to call tabling. So this is certainly not unusual. And I don't know why Member Berkowitz is, this is not a time sensitive issue. And, pushing it forward is you're asking county board members to perhaps not be as informed as they would like to be and making a decision. So this is not unusual that this happens where we don't get all the information in a timely manner. It goes back or gets postponed to the next month. That's all we're doing here. This is not something that's time critical, and I support it going back so all members can be fully educated on the aspects of this. So I just wanted to make those comments in relation to perhaps Member Berkowitz's concerns.
Thank you. Thank you. Julie, do you have additional questions?
County Executive, I would like to respond to Mr. Mustis's comment. And thank you, Jim. I do appreciate that. I have attended all the meetings and I'm not on that committee, but I'm aware of what's going on because I do attend the meetings, even though I'm not on the committee. And I take this very seriously because there are people that are, this is their land and their concerns, and that's why it came to the county board. So my concern is just that if we have to bring this back and we're not prepared, then maybe we need to spend more time in the committee so that we are not postponing things, because that causes confusion when things go back and forth. And I know that because I am in those meetings and I'm listening and I'm asking questions, even though I'm not on the committee. I know I probably drive everybody crazy, but the reason why is because when you bounce things back and forth, it that in itself can cause confusion. So I understand the situation, the way it's been described. I am disappointed because this is important to people out there. And I'm sure that Mark can tell us who those people are. And he's probably hearing from these farmers who have these concerns, the farmers that have, and the agriculture people who have come forward to ask us for this. So I just want to say that, you know, from my perspective, I think if we can prevent having things tabled, that should be our goal. So that's just why I'm being a thorn in your side. So thank you for letting me speak. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Speaker Cowan?
Sorry. I'm all good.
Did you? Okay. County Board Member Nugles.
So I was not able to be at the executive committee, so unfortunately I did not hear all the back and forth. And I think this is a really important issue, and in my district in particular. So I would definitely agree with Jim. I think he said it very well about the reason for postponing. But my other question is, do we know how many farmers have requested this so far? Are we talking one or two? Are we talking a dozen? I'm just kind of curious to see if anybody has that information.
I thought Colin told us one right now.
What district were they located in? Do we know?
It's actually two.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
There's
County
two
Board Member
applicants and one existing.
Thank you. County Board Member Ventura?
Yes, I'm in agreement with Jim on the reasons to take the time on this. If it was a time issue, then I would understand trying to move forward. Some of this information was provided. I understand that the resolution was very short notice. My only concern is sending it back to committee. It seems like we do have everything available, and we can obviously have the discussion here at the county board. So I would like to make, I'd like to amend Mimi's motion to not send it back to committee, but to postpone it until next month's county board meeting.
County Board Member Ventura, we already have a motion out there right now, so if you could hold it off. We
Yes,
have to
I'm
act on the first one.
I'm amending her motion to not
I'll-
send it.
We still have a
committee, but-
motion out there already, so, and we, in a second, so.
Yes, I
can we get
understand,
through,
but
let's get through the
amending a
comments
motion
first.
supersedes. Okay, but it does supersede.
Can we,
If
yeah,
there's a
just,
second,
we'll
it's-
do your, please let us get through this first before we start correcting motions here. So we have a motion, we have a second, but we still have people who are interested in talking, so please hold up. Leader Frizzalone?
Yes, if Mark is still there, I have a question for you, Mark. Do farmers that want to be in these ag areas think this is going to stop the airport or stop warehouses?
Mike, it's a good question. I think some are just looking for some place just to slow things down. When we talk with them, we're telling them if it's a government program or if it's some type of a municipal thing, it's probably not going to stop that type of development, but it will slow that process down a little bit for other development. So it's you know, we're not fans of quick take or eminent domain. We've got proposals, we oppose those, but that's what it is, Mike. It's just a matter of putting something and recognizing that they're a farming business.
Yeah, and I understand that, but I get the impression that they have the false impression that this is a way to stop it. And as soon as they go to court on something, well, we're in an ag area, so you can't do it, to use that. And I don't think that's the purpose what this ag area is, but I do get the feeling that that's what ag people think this is going to do. If that's the case, I'm not for it. Thank you.
All right, we have, County Board Member Ventura, we will go back, but we do have a final comment from County Board Member Ogala.
Thank you, County Executive. So I think that this should go back to committee so that people can get a more full understanding of what it is. I did listen to the Democratic caucus the other day, And there seems to be quite a bit of a confusion and understanding about why somebody might want to do this. It's not just a feel-good moment, but it is, if you own land and if you're a farmer, it's been in your land for generations, it means something to you. Like, when you live in a home and you're not attached to farmland, it means it's a different type of feeling. I know that. I grew up in the city of Chicago. I lived in Bensonville when I was a teenager, and then I married a farmer. So I understand what it is. His family bought his farm in 1955, which to the farming community is pretty young. We're talking about many farmers who've had their land since for 100 years, some since the 1800s. One of the persons who's interested in this, 140 years. It means something to you as a farmer. You've worked this land, you've improved this land, and you're proud of that fact. And I have put together, I'm almost done with it rather, I'm putting together an email with a lot of different links from the Illinois agricultural, the extension, and some facts from Illinois state statute and government things that will fully explain all this to so many people who have nothing to do with farmland, and nor do they understand it, nor do they understand why somebody might choose it, the reasons why a farmer might want to designate their land as an agricultural area, the reasons and ways how to get out of an agricultural area if you want. And I think it's important for everyone to read the full links that I'm providing. I'm sending them also to you, county executives, so that you can see them yourself, so that everyone can understand the purpose of it. The purpose also includes the fact that in Illinois, we lose farmland at a very high rate all the time. And we need to, as a country, so many people on this board support green initiatives. They support protecting the environment. Yet we don't think that anything like an agriculture area is important. It's so hypocritical in my mind that these comments come out. And I think that everyone should take the time. I hope everyone will take the time, fully read the links that I will be providing in an email. I'll send them to Beth so she can send it on to Mimi, and then Mimi can go ahead and disseminate them to everybody so that we can have a full understanding. I do think it should go back to the executive committee so the conversation can be had there. I think once people see this and get a better understanding of what it is and why it is. And you know what? Sometimes as a farmer, it is a feel-good moment. Our farm is a 2002 Conservation Award-winning farm from Will South Cook Soil and Water Conservation District. We put in hundreds of hours putting in different types of conservation methods on our farm to achieve that award. At the Forest Preserve, which we all sit on, there is we use these conservation practices now in our farmland. We used to not do that. But once I got involved with that, I thought it was important for the Forest Preserve to adopt those practices and have our farmers who lease that property use those practices, since the Forest Preserve is to preserve it. This is the way conservation practices help to make that a better farming parcel by keeping the soil intact, by keeping the water clean around it. So everyone needs to understand this. It's agriculture, as Mr. Moose has said, ag is a very important industry in Will County, in Illinois, in the United States. We're very, very blessed to have fabulous soils to grow good products to raise animals on. So hopefully you'll all take the time and read that. And Rachel, I hope that you will allow this, take back your motion, because I think it should go back to the committee for discussion. Thank you.
Right, so thank you. I think we have one more comment regarding the motion. Mr. Moustis?
Well, I don't know, it's, when we talk about why should it perhaps be remanded back, I've given this a lot of thought, and my first knee-jerk reaction is this to stop development? Could it stop development? But as Mark Schneidlin mentioned earlier, this is a business, and in our zoning laws, we protect certain activities from encroaching on others, perhaps, or we create zones. This is an industrial zone. This is a residential area. This is a commercial area, and we try to not let different zoning applications affect those. And I think when I'm now approaching this is an ag business, and we let some other business encroach on them that affects their business in a negative way, perhaps. So this is the reason I think it should go back for further discussion. We can talk about the ag business, not farmers. We tend to say farmers, but it's not farmers. It's a business. Farming is their business. Ag is their business. So I'm now approaching this more as preserving a very important business within Will County and the jobs and the economic development it brings and the economic impact. So do we wipe out one industry for another? So if this helps define and perhaps protect our ag business, and I realize it can be affect perhaps a little future development or a few more hoops to go through. But at the end of the day, it's up to that landowner and farmer whether he's going to sell to a different developer for whatever use. So let's let it go back. I think that we can have some real discussion. I'm hoping Mark can have, hoping he can attend, or maybe another representative can attend that meeting, and let's talk about farming or ag business and the impacts of ag business. And for those who want to put a certain preservation or protection on their property so their business can go forward. And I believe that was the original intent of this legislation many years ago. It was so their business would be negatively affected and they can continue their livelihood. So let's let it go back and have discussion, and I think it can clear up everybody's position one way or the other. Thank you.
Thank you. So finally, is there any additional questions on the motion?
County
If there's
Executive,
no
this
additional
is
questions
Julie.
on the motion, I'm going to have Mary Tacho address County Board Member Ventura's request to the amendment.
Okay, so the motion that County Board Member Ventura made was not really a motion to amend. It was a new motion. I think all the county board members are aware that she would like to postpone. So the procedure would be that we would move forward on the motion to remand unless the county board member who made the motion wishes to withdraw it. You would have a vote on the motion to remand. If that fails, then you would move forward on the motion to postpone.
Thank you. So Speaker Cowan, we have a motion. We have a second. Are we going to continue with this?
Yes, please, County Executive.
All right, thank you. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Mueller,
Yes.
Frizzalone,
Yes.
Newquist,
Yes.
Ogalla,
Yes.
Mustis,
Yes.
Mitchell,
Yes.
Tyson,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Trainier,
Yes.
Fritz,
Yes.
Gould,
Yes.
Van Dyne,
Yes.
Balich,
Yes.
Brooks,
Yes.
Winfrey,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Ventura,
Yes.
Coleman,
Yes.
Markham,
Yes.
Berkowitz,
Yes.
Pretzel,
Yes.
Weigel,
Yes. Yes.
Freeman,
Yes.
Crolitis,
Yes.
Cowan.
Yes.
25 affirmative, the motion carries. Speaker Cowan?
Thank you, Madam Executive. So for this next one, I believe we'll probably have some discussion, but just a heads up that we're going to need a roll call vote on this one. I'd like to make a motion for an ordinance authorizing and providing the issuance of not to exceed $55 million general obligation bonds as an alternate revenue source, Series 2021 renewable natural gas project for the County of Will County, Illinois, for the purpose of financing a renewable natural gas facility and for the levy of a direct annual tax sufficient to pay the principal and interest on said bonds. And I so move.
Second, Winfrey.
Thank you. Any discussion? We won't be able to do previous roll, but is there any discussion? Okay. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Mueller,
Yes.
Frizzalone,
Yes.
Newquist,
Yes.
Ogalla,
Yes.
Mustis,
Yes.
Mitchell,
Yes.
Tyson,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Rainier,
Yep.
Trainier,
Yes.
Fritz,
Yeah.
Gould,
Yes.
Van Dyne,
Yes.
Balich,
Yes.
Brooks,
Yes.
Winfrey,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Ventura,
Yes.
Coleman,
Yes.
Markham,
Yes.
Berkowitz,
Yeah.
Pretzel,
Yes.
Weigel,
Yes.
Freeman,
Yes.
Crolitis,
Yes.
Cowan.
Yes.
25 in favor, the motion carries.
Thank you. Number 21-120.
I do have my hand up at me. I'm sorry.
Sorry, County Board Member Mustis, I'm sorry, I didn't.
Yeah, one of the questions, and I know we're moving forward with this RNG plant, and I know we've talked some numbers, and our solid waste division has given us some preliminary stuff, and I know we have some guarantees on some of the gas, but have we ever really done, and I do have some concerns. I mean, it always sounds good, but have we really done a professional analysis, financial analysis on this RNG plant that gives us a real good perspective on prospectus on what we can do? I mean, have we really brought in a professional number cruncher to say, this is what you can expect? You will make money, is what you can expect to make. We've just all done this, I don't want to say anecdotally, but I'll say that, it's like, we'll get X amount, we got this guarantee. I do have concerns about borrowing $55 million in the return on investment to the county. So I'm just going to kind of throw that out there. I don't know if our bond issuer has done some of this for us already. I mean, I would think a certain level has to be done before you can issue the bonds. So I'm just kind of throwing that out there. I would like to see some really good numbers on revenue, expenses, profitability, long range viability on this type of energy. So I just want to throw that out there. I do have some concerns, and I would like to see a more in-depth analysis of the viability of such a plant over a 20 or 30-year period. That's all. I'm going to throw it out whether we do it or not. I'm just expressing my concerns. Thanks.
Thank you, and I'll slow down with the discussion. Sorry about that. Yeah, so outside staff has an analysis, and then County Board Member Moose says, I'll make sure that land use gets in touch with you as well as anyone else who has additional questions.
Do you mind if I say something, Jennifer, at all?
We're going to move along. We'll
Okay.
make sure that everyone gets the information. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Speaker Cowan.
Thank you, Madam County Executive. 21-123, supporting the extension of the Plainfield Downtown TIF District and authorizing County Executive to execute the related intergovernmental agreement, and I so move.
Second.
Fritz.
Any discussion?
Yes.
County Board Member Ventura.
Yeah, I'm hoping that someone will be here to present some information about the dollars that the county will be losing, the Forest Preserve will be losing. I don't feel that this is an appropriate use of extending this TIF. I understand the arguments of that those dollars are going back into revitalizing or continuing to rebuild out Plainfield, but these businesses are thriving very much so, and it's time for everyone to pay their fair share, including the businesses who have been able to utilize this TIF and are now doing a good job. I don't like the fact that TIFs put a burden on the property tax owners. I understand when it's a blighted area, why it's much needed, but this is no longer a blighted area. So I am not in support of this TIF, and I would hope everyone who wants to keep property taxes low, who have concerns about rising property taxes, would also vote no on this. But I do think that we need some more information about how this is going to impact the county and on the dollars and cents. Thank you.
Thank you. And I believe we have Jake Melrose with Plainfield, the Village of Plainfield here. If he would like to speak on the TIF.
Yes, thank you. I really appreciate everybody's time today. Again, my name is Jake Melrose. I'm the Economic Development Manager for the Village of Plainfield. As we know, the village is seeking the county's support to extend the village's downtown TIF district, which is set to expire in December. That means the TIF district would be extended for an additional 12 years. As many of you know, the downtown TIF district is a historic area, and it's obviously one of the oldest in Will County. That many of the buildings predate the 1890s. But obviously, like many main streets during the 80s and 90s, saw a lack of reinvestment and blight. So in 1993, the village enacted a TIF district that froze the property values of the district, which means the taxing bodies would then collect at that base value for the remainder of that TIF. And then everything beyond that, once reinvestment was to occur, it could be captured and utilized within the district. So in Plainfield's instance, the village created a new streetscape while also removing Route 30 outside of the downtown area. If you recall, is actually cutting through on Lockport Street. So the downtown streetscape was started in 2003 and it was finished in late 2008. 2009, but obviously, as we all know, what happened following 2009 was the immediate recession. So the TIF district saw a jump in the equalized assessed value of that area, but that was in 2009, but it saw nothing but stagnant growth essentially from there on out for at least 8 years of that TIF, which represents a large portion of TIF's life. The initial redevelopment study of the TIF district actually projected nearly 16 million in equalized assessed value for the TIF district at the time of the expiration this year, but unfortunately, the district is actually closer to 9 million. That's a significant loss in value, and the village did make great strides. I mean, we see that, we see the streetscape and we see the downtown, but there's still more work to be done. There's still more parking that needs to be done. There's still more streetscape and more infrastructure improvements that simply they couldn't be completed due to that loss. And another reason for the extension is to ensure that the burden of the maintenance remains on the village and on the TIF district. Many of the downtowns that have an intricate streetscape, they utilize special service areas or business improvement districts, which can create a separate tax line on property owners' tax bills. More often than not, though, that those fees are passed down to their tenants, and businesses will end up having to pay that through what common area maintenance or CAM. And that's something that we truly want to try to avoid. Plainfield's downtown is primarily small businesses and family owned, which we love and want to continue to nurture. And we want to avoid passing along any amount more of burden that we can. We are strong. I think we're starting to see great growth, for the past 3 or 4 years in our restaurant scene. We're still working to try to recruit retail. And this helps our continued efforts as well to recruit by keeping a baseline level where we can keep lease rates balanced and stabilized. And obviously, in order to move the extension forward, the village seeks the county's support in proposing an intergovernmental agreement that would split the TIF increment produced from the district with local taxing bodies while they still collect the base value. Plainfield has already received support from School District 202, Plainfield Park District, the Plainfield Fire District, the Plainfield Township, and the Plainfield Library District, as well as Joliet Junior College, actually last night at their board meeting. So as far as the numbers are concerned, with the IGA that's being proposed and with the base value of the TIF, all taxing bodies will essentially receive around 60 to 65% of their what the actual property tax bill will be, and then the other remaining portion of it will be allocated into the TIF increment process. And what I could say as far as property tax bills, it's not necessarily the businesses that pay their fair share as far as the property tax. The property tax for the TIF is just simply collecting. It's not a what we would say a grant or anything that to a property owner, or it's a direct benefit. All it is simply to provide a level of reimbursement and the ability to provide an extra incentive to gain more reinvestment into that district. So it's not an extra grant or anything like that that somebody within the TIF district can receive. If there's any other further questions, I'd be glad to answer them. But we are looking to seek support.
Yeah, thank you. County Board Member Ogalla, you have a question?
Yes, if he could just answer, because I'm sorry, I had to leave the room for a second. So I think I was walking away, I had somebody at the door. I heard you saying that the TIF money collected is being split now on top of the base and reimbursed through to the local taxing body. Did you say that?
Yes, yeah. The intergovernmental agreement proposed will split the TIF increment 50-50, and then that 50% will then be reallocated based off of the taxing body's tax rate.
Okay, thank you so much.
Rachel Ventura?
Yes, thank you, Ms. Melrose. So an SSA is actually a tax on businesses, not on residents. So I just want to make sure that we're not confusing the argument here. So my point was that this puts the burden on the individual taxpayer, a TIF does. And indeed, if you were to create an SSA instead of doing this TIF, it would be quite the opposite. It would put that burden back on the business owners. And that the reason is for that is they pay an extra tax, but then that tax goes into supporting that area, specifically in the things you're talking about, whether it's lighting, whether it's parking lots, signage, all of those things. That's exactly what a SSA is. And that would be absolutely more appropriate than extending a TIF. So that when you talk about putting that investment back in, those dollars, that investment is going back into the business owner. So it is an incentive to the business, but the person who pays for that is the property owners. So I want to be very clear that if people vote yes for this, that is possibly going to increase the taxes of the property, because those areas that don't have sales revenue, like the Forest Preserve, the Park District, the school board, they don't see an increase in sales revenue. So the only way then to pay those bills that they still have is to increase property taxes. So I want to be very clear that what an SSA is and what this TIP does. Also, I understand you said 60 to 65% on the IGA. Well, that may give us an incentive to go in on this. We still have to look out for our property owners, and I still have not heard a hard number on what over the next 10 years, how much money the county is looking to lose by agreeing to this TIP. Thank you.
Julie Berkowitz. Julie, do you have a question? Okay. All right, we have a motion. We have a second. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Mueller,
Yes.
Frizzalone,
Yes.
Newquist,
Yes.
Ogalla,
No.
Mustis,
No.
Mitchell,
No.
Tyson,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Trainier,
No.
no, Fritz,
Yes.
Gould,
Yes.
Van Dyne,
Yes.
Balich,
No.
Brooks,
Yes.
Winfrey,
Yes.
Parker,
No.
Ventura,
No.
Coleman,
Yes.
Markham,
Yes.
Berkowitz,
Yes.
Pretzel,
No.
Weigel,
Yes.
Freeman,
Yes.
Curlitis,
Yes.
Cowan.
Yes.
Cowan,
Yes.
she was a yes. Fritz?
Cowan, yes. Did you hear me? Sorry.
Sorry. Board Member Fritz, can you confirm your vote?
Yes, ma'am. I was a yes.
Thank you.
Affirmative, 8 negative. Yep. With 17 in favor, the motion carries. Speaker Cowan.
All right, thank you. 21-124, supporting the Village of Plainfield in their application for infrastructure for Rebuilding America funding to complete the 143rd Street Extension, Plainfield and Regional Community Connector Project, and I so move.
Second, Newquist.
Previous Winfrey.
We're going to need to take a roll call. Is there any discussion? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Mueller,
Yes.
Frizzalone,
Yes.
Newquist,
Yes.
Ogalla,
Yes.
Mustis,
Yes.
Mitchell,
Yes.
Tyson,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Trainier,
Trinencia.
Thank you. Fritz?
Abstain.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I would like to
Fritz?
I would like to abstain.
Abstain. Okay. Gould?
Yes.
Van Dyne?
Yes.
Balich?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Winfrey?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Ventura?
Yes. Yes. Did you hear me?
I can hear you. Thank you. Coleman?
Yes.
Markham?
Yes.
Berkowitz?
Madam Executive, I'm having trouble with my internet and I lost connection. Are we on number 4?
We are number 4.
Okay, yes, thank you.
Pretzel?
Yes.
Weigel?
Yes.
Freeman?
Yes.
Krolitis?
Yes.
Cowan?
Yes.
24 affirmative, 1 abstention. With 24 in favor, the motion carries.
Thank you very much. 21-125, and we're going to need a clean roll again, folks, so we don't need a call for previous roll. 21-125, authorizing the agreement with the Will County Children's Advocacy Center for the National Children's Alliance accreditation, and I so move.
Second, Frizzalone.
Gretchen, if we do a previous roll call, are you okay with this one?
I will be a yes, thank you.
Okay. Can I get a motion for a previous?
Previous,
Mitchell.
Second.
Mitchell.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Now we're on fire. All right, 21-126, awarding bid for ventilator furnish and install services at the DOT building, and I so move.
Second, Freeman.
Previous, Brooks.
Previous roll, Mueller. Oh, second Mueller.
All right.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries.
21-127, authorizing an IGA with Braidwood for access to the countywide radio system, and I so move.
Second, Freeman.
Second Mueller. Previous roll, Tyson.
Second,
Second,
Brooks.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
21-128, authorizing an IGA with the Village of New Lenox for access to the countywide radio system, and I so move.
Second,
Second
Frizzalone.
Mueller. Previous roll, Tyson.
Second, Weigel.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries.
21-129, authorizing an IGA with Piatone Fire Protection District for access to the countywide radio system, and I so move.
Second, Freeman.
Previous, Brooks.
Second, Frizzalone.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
21-130, authorizing renewal of wraparound professional liability insurance for the Will County Community Health Center, and I so move.
Second Mueller.
Previous roll, Frizzalone.
Second, Freeman.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
21-131, correcting a scrivener's error in the appointment to the Rockdale Fire Protection District, and I so move.
Second.
Second, Brooks.
Previous roll, Mueller.
Second, Winfrey.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
21-132, realigning terms of Will County Merit Commission appointment, and I so move.
Second, Frizzalone.
Previous
Previous roll,
roll, Freeman.
Tyson.
Second, Fritz.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
21-133, replacement hire for Department of Transportation road maintainer, and I so move.
Second, Tyson. Move.
Is there a previous?
Previous roll, Tyson. Second, Mueller.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries.
21-134, replacement hire for Workforce Services Director, and I.
Second,
Second,
Tyson.
Brooks. Previous Brooks.
Second, Markham.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
21-135, new hire for County Executive's Office Grant Manager, and I so move.
Second, Mueller. Previous roll, Tyson.
Winfrey. Second, Newquist.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
21-136, replacement hires for Sunny Hill Nursing Home, and I so move.
Second, Freeman.
Previous Winfrey.
Second, Mueller.
All in favor? Any
Aye.
opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Our next executive committee meeting is scheduled for May 6th, 2021 at 10 a.m. Moving on to appointments by the county executive, I would like to make a motion to approve the April 2021 Will County executive appointments. And I so move.
Second for Salone.
Previous roll, Van Dyne.
Second, Mueller.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Oh, I'm sorry. We have we're on to public comment. We have one person in person for public comment.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. I just wanted to applaud and thank the Will County Health Department for their work that they've been doing on the clinics. They finished up one for the local farmers at our Farm Bureau building earlier this week, and they did a wonderful job of meeting and working with our local farming community. And I'd also like to thank Dean Olson's group for the recycling program, because we are seeing a lot less a lot of things dumped out in our farm fields. We're not seeing the televisions. We're not seeing all that kind of stuff like we used to have. And we really appreciate the recycling program efforts that the county has been doing. And I know this weekend one's going to be a really good one as well over at the racetrack. Thank you very much.
Mark, before you leave, will you just state your name for the record?
Mark Schneiderwin, Crest Hill.
Thank you. Beth, is there any additional public comments?
No, ma'am, I see no additional comments.
All right, thank you very much. At this time, we will move on to comments by the board members. Is there any board members who would like to speak? We will go through the hands. County Board Member Gould.
Thank you, County Executive. I would just like to commend the Will County Emergency Management Agency for their efforts in establishing vaccination clinics in the county. As you know, EMA is a very small department by county standards, but Harold Damron and his staff have worked very hard to get these sites up and running and provided invaluable assistance to the health department. I'd also like to thank the county executive for your efforts in getting these vaccination sites operational and for your leadership in coordinating between the various departments in the county. Thank you.
Thank you, County Board Member Gould, and I will echo the excellent work of our EMA members. County Board Member Ventura.
Yeah, I too will echo all the work that people are doing for the vaccination clinics. I have two other comments. One about the Earth Day proclamation I read. I would like to encourage everyone to go to willcountygreen.com to see all of the events you can participate in for Earth Day. They're here in our county. And worst case scenario, just head out to our forest preserve and enjoy our Mother Earth. Of course, if you can participate in cleanups or helping with some of the other initiatives, I highly recommend that. And the last comment I'd like to make is about our elections recently. So Will County, once again, had a low voter turnout. But I would like to give kudos to our clerk who sent out an email to all those who'd received a vote by mail ballot in the past, encouraging them to get another one. This is the type of progress I'd like to see in the county. And so I want to thank you, Lawrence St. Lee Ferry, for being proactive and trying to turn out our voters. And I hope that moving forward, that we can continue those efforts. I know you've been busy with a recount. I'm sure your office is very busy with that. So thank you for all your hard work. I'd like to thank the voters who did come out, but in the future, you know, getting others to turn out is part of our democracy. And I would absolutely like to see our county maybe have discussions about what we can do to maybe help in these efforts. And the last thing is, I did bring up at caucus a possible resolution for our future county board meetings or committee meetings that land on election day to have that day off for committee, more so just moving it to a different date. I'd like to see that maybe something in writing so that moving forward, people can participate in election day and not have to decide between their county board duties or their civic duties. So again, thank you all for those who voted and really helped out to increase voter turnout. But I'd like to see us move more aggressively and having a bigger voice for people. Thank you and enjoy your April.
Thank you. Majority Leader Mueller, any comments?
Yes, thank you so much, County Executive Bertino Tarrant. I want to use my time, my moment today to acknowledge that it is National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. 30 years ago, Congress issued a formal proclamation designating this week of April National Public Safety Telecommunicator Week. Unfortunately, I didn't get a proclamation on fast enough for this month's board meeting. I know we all agree these folks are really important in our community. They're our first and most critical contact for citizens when there's emergencies. In 2020 alone, our Will County Public Safety Telecommunicators 911 operators handled 316,000 emergency calls. Think about that. They contribute to a better quality of life for all of us, visitors and residents in the county. And they meet these challenges with compassion and understanding and professionalism. So please take some time this week to honor the men and women who answer our 911 calls. You know, thank them, reach out and let them know you see them and that you're glad that they're there for us, because they do a lot of work to help keep our county and our citizens safe, and we should appreciate them. Also, I want to echo all the comments the other board members have made about the progress with the vaccines and the work EMA has done. It's been a really busy month, you guys. I think we've done a great job, and I just hope we can keep it up. And everyone have a great rest of the April. Thanks.
Thank you. Leader Frizzalone.
County, it's still morning. This past week, we submitted probably 20 different projects to our congressional representatives for earmarks that are happening at the federal government right now. And these projects are for all over the county, and they're dealing with transportation issues, water and sewer issues, and substance abuse issues. And hopefully we'll make the final cut on several of those projects, so keep your fingers crossed. But I really wanted to thank the county board staff and the executive's office staff for all the hard work they put in assembling all the information, all the backup, all the letters of support from mayors and local agencies to support us in our effort for our submission, especially on such short notice. It happened in about a week's time. So thanks to all of those groups for helping out. And I'll hopefully we'll be coming back soon, but In the meantime, I want to continue to thank our county board staff for dealing with these virtual meetings. I mean, all of us have had issues with our internet going out or cameras or audio, but imagine what Beth, Lana, and Sandy have to do dealing with all 26 of us and all of the other staff trying to keep the meetings going, keep everybody lit up, keep the microphones going. So thanks to that group for everything they've done on these virtual meetings. And finally, many of our schools, yay, are back full time. Interesting, I talked to our high school superintendent, and he said it's a whole new experience for him. It's not like the first day of school in September. It's just totally different, and they're dealing with a lot of new issues, but are fun issues because everybody's back. So especially with the elementary kids, you know, the buses are out in force now. Kids are letting off some steam and running around out in the street getting their bus. So just keep an eye out for the youngsters in the morning when you leave to work. And then everybody else get out this weekend. It's going to be nice out and start working in that yard. Thanks. Have a good weekend.
Thank you very much. Speaker Cowan.
Thank you, Madam Executive. As Leader Frizzlone said, the staff of both the county board and the executive's office really worked hard on gathering the information for us to be able to put in for some of those federal grant dollars. And in addition to that, the county executive's office and our office also worked to support other community projects in Will County. So it's not just projects being sponsored by the county that we're helping to support and helping to bring that federal investment money back to Will County. But we are supporting projects at the municipal level, offering them our support so that they can get some of that federal support as well. And hopefully this functions to bring some of that federal grant money back to Will County and be used in some really positive ways that will have long-lasting benefits for all of our residents. I'd like to also echo Leader Mueller. Did you mention the clerk? Somebody mentioned the clerk. The clerk's staff and the clerk's handling of this last election was great. As always, her staff remains very accessible and very responsive. I know up in our area, we had a very unique emergency after the polls closed on the night on election night, and I was thoroughly impressed by the professionalism and the speed at which the clerk's office handled that emergency. So thank you to the clerk and all of her staff. Just a reminder to our board members, we are celebrating National County Government Month. I hope you all take that opportunity to promote what we do a little bit harder. I know that's something we all try to do all the time, but some of our residents don't know what county government does. So this is a really great opportunity to help educate your residents about the importance of county government. Write a letter to the editor, post on your social media, do what you can to get that message out. I would also like to acknowledge that it is Sikh Heritage Month. If you're like me, you have always pronounced that word Sikh, and I was recently corrected on that. It is actually pronounced Sikh, and the word Sikh means disciple or learner, and the Sikh religion was founded in northern India in the 15th century by Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and is a completely distinct religion from Islam, Hinduism, and Buddhism. Guru Nanak taught a message of love. He spoke of a universal God common to all mankind and not limited to any religion, nation, race, creed, color, or gender. The Sikh religion is strictly monotheistic and believes in the equality of all men and all women. Sikhs believe in three basic principles: meditating or praying on the name of God, earning a living by honest means, and sharing the fruits of one's labor with others. They emphasize service to humanity. Sikhism is the world's 5th largest religion with 25 million adherents worldwide. Many of you may recognize Sikhs by the men wear a turban to cover their uncut hair, and the turban actually represents their commitment to equality and justice. About 99% of the people who are wearing turbans in the United States today are Sikhs from India. There are about 700,000 Sikhs in the US today, but hate crimes against Sikhs have been on the increase since 2001. Many of these attacks have been at the hands of attackers who think the Sikh turban means that the person is Muslim. Sikhs have been in the US for over 100 years. They first started immigrating to the US in the late 19th century, mostly to the West Coast, but there are substantial populations throughout the US today, including in our area. Sikhs believe in one God, equality and justice for all, freedom of religion, and have a strong commitment to community service. So I hope you will all join me in celebrating Sikh Heritage Month this April. Lastly, I brought this up at some of the executive committee meetings. I'd like to see us move towards in-person committee meetings. We would host them in the boardroom, so we have enough room to spread out. I would ask that committee members, if you feel it is safe for you to attend, to please begin attending in person. We will continue to offer the online platform for those who feel it is not in their best interest of their health to attend in person, and also for our community members who don't feel it's in their best interest to attend in person. We will be adhering to social distancing. You will be required to wear a mask except when speaking. And we will also adhere to capacity limits that are in place at the moment. But at this point, if you plan to not attend in person, please let staff know. We will keep our full county board meetings remote because between the 26 of us, the county executive, her staff, and other staff that attend, we would quickly reach the capacity limit. So those are my comments for today. Thank you very much, County Executive.
Great, thank you. This time I need a motion to move into executive session to discuss contract negotiations for real property.
So moved, Frizzalone.
Second, Mitchell.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Mueller. Mueller. Frizzalone.
Yes.
Newquist.
Yes.
Newquist. Ogalla.
Yes.
Mustis.
Yes.
Mitchell.
Yes.
Tyson.
Yes.
Harris. Harris.
Yes.
Trainier. Trainier. Fritz.
Yes.
Gould.
Yes.
Van Dyne. Van Dyne. Balich.
Yes.
Brooks.
Yes.
Winfrey.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Ventura.
Yes.
Coleman.
Yes.
Markham.
Yes.
Berkowitz.
Yes.
Pretzel.
Yes.
Weigel.
Yes.
Freeman.
Yes.
Perlitis.
Yes.
Cowan.
Yes.
22 affirmative.
With 22 affirmative, we will now move to executive session. I believe you have a separate link, so make sure you go to the separate link. Thank you. We'll wait a couple minutes till everyone gets in. Thank you.
county board members and those with the link for the executive session, seems to be a problem getting in. If you can call in with the call-in number, that might be the easiest way to do it. I'm not sure why there is difficulty logging in.
Thanks, Beth. I'm on hold. This is Julie. I hear music playing.
Yeah, but this is Sherry. It keeps asking me for my login and, my user ID and password. And when I put it in, it tells me invalid. And I'm just using my county board login.
Yeah, Beth, mine says you have to sign in and then it doesn't allow me to sign in. So
Yeah, me too. This is Debbie.
Yeah, this is Muse. It's me too. I went in on my phone. Of course, it's connecting me now, but I'm in on the phone.
Beth, now I'm on hold. I joined by phone and I got music.
Are we back yet?
I'm back, Mike.
We're coming.
I'm here.
I'm here.
Mike, you
Everyone,
gonna make
thank
that
you. Welcome
motion?
back. Okay, at this time, I need a motion to approve the recommendation by the consultant.
Motion Mueller.
Second, motion by Winfrey, seconded by Mueller. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Mueller,
Yes.
Frizzalone,
Yes.
Newquist,
Yes.
Ogalla,
Yes.
Mustis,
Yes.
Mitchell,
Yes.
Tyson,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Trainier. She gone? I think she's gone. Okay. Fritz,
Yes.
Gould, Van Dyne. Oh, he's gone too. Balich,
Yes.
Brooks,
Yes.
Winfrey, Parker,
Yes.
Ventura,
Yes.
Coleman,
Yes.
Markham,
Yes.
Berkowitz,
Yes.
Pretzel. I think he's gone too. Weigel,
Yes.
Freeman,
Yes.
Crolitis,
Yes.
Cowan.
Yes.
21 affirmative.
21 affirmative, the motion carries. Speaker Cowan, did you have something to add before recess?
I did. Thank you, Madam County Executive. One thing I forgot, I just wanted to remind everyone that we are working on some meetings for Wednesday, April 21st. We haven't finalized times yet, but I think at either 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday, April 21st, we will be doing the program with Franklin County. After that, we will have a meeting of the reapportionment committee. So again, even if you're not on the committee, I would strongly encourage you to attend that meeting. And then at 2:30 that afternoon, we will be having a CARES Act committee meeting to sort of deal with the final distributions and hopefully be able to close out that account. That's all. Thank you, County Executive.
Thank you. This time I'll entertain a motion to recess. Motion by County Board Member Winfrey. Can I get a second?
Second, bro.
Thank you. All in favor? Any
Aye.
opposed? We are now recessed until May 20th, 2021. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
You too.
too.
Thanks.